Hi friends, welcome back to another video from TheSimSanctuary. Today's video is a speed build. It is a more traditional home than last video, and hopefully it has a better name. The last house I built did not have a phenomenal title, I will admit, but it was the best I could come up with. But yeah, anyways, this is a more traditional home, still using quite a few laundry day items, and it features a garage and a very crude driveway. Not 100% sure why I did it, but I don't know. Before laundry day came out, I was building a lot of faux laundry rooms, so now hopefully with me building a bunch of garages and cars, adding cars into lots, maybe eventually a cars expansion or game pack or stuff pack will come out. I didn't go too heavy on the landscaping in the front. Basically, that kind of front little tuft is just about it. I didn't want to overdo it with this house. But it is a two-story family home with a master bedroom, a two kids bedroom, and then a nursery. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to do, and yeah, now you can see me building a very crude driveway, but I think it came out kind of nice. I don't know if I've seen a lot of people do that. Not to brag, but if they have, they probably made it look a lot nicer than I did. I really wanted to put this house on a foundation, and I also wanted to have a garage, and yeah, so I just added that roof right there to kind of mix in both worlds. But yeah, and I actually use the garage as a storage space, and out of the garage is where I end up putting the laundry room. But much of this build is mainly me struggling to figure out the layout of this house. I struggled for probably half an hour, and I cut a little bit of it out because I'd start moving things in a certain area, and then I would quit out because I just couldn't take it anymore. My brain couldn't function. And yeah, so then I would come back like an hour later and realize that it was probably the worst layout I could have done, so I'd just switch things up, and then I'd repeat that whole cycle again. So I think all in all, this build took me about 2.5 hours, and I think I took 2 or 3 breaks during it. But the backyard itself, I kind of like. Well, no, I really like it. I use the clothing line, and I ended up putting like a barbecue area on the concrete in the back. But yeah, this is kind of the area where I was struggling with at first. My biggest struggle was with adding a family room area. I did like a living room, like a formal living room, because this is a more traditional house, and it was kind of tucked away in a corner with no TV. It was a bookshelf. It's a bookshelf and a couple couches. I don't know why I'm explaining this, since you will eventually see it soon. I could, I guess, just wait till that point comes up, but oh well. Yeah, but it was just a really big struggle. So, not 100% sure what day this is coming out. This should be coming out on a Saturday, but potentially delays and such could hinder that. But I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I'm having sort of a relaxed weekend, hopefully. It's not the weekend yet for me, but yeah, I'm not planning on doing much. Maybe getting some building in, playing The Sims, playing some other games. I started recently playing Planet Coaster, which is really fun. And it's like my PC is at like the bottom end of the game specs. Well, mainly just the CPU, but CPUs are important with games, especially a game like Planet Coaster. So it is kind of a struggle to actually play it, but it's a lot of fun, and I would love to do videos for it because it is a fun game, and I could definitely see myself enjoying something like that. But at the moment, it might be a little tough because of just how sluggish and low quality it looks. But I do plan on having different gaming videos in the future, either on this channel or a second channel. I know I've mentioned in the past, when I originally conceived the name TheSimSanctuary, I thought, oh, it's a no-brainer. Like simulation games, so like all those like farming simulator, I could like have a series of farming simulator and Sim City, and basically any game with sim or simulation in it. But yeah, it's kind of tough to break away from The Sims 4, both because I love the game and also because, well, it's kind of scary to think about switching or putting a new game on. But if you would like to see me play different games, they would most likely be simulation games, then let me know down in the comments. And yeah, I'd love for your input. I know there's like a ton of video games that are like simulation, and that's probably my favorite genre of games. I do love the freedom of them, and like I also like RPGs and FPS games, but I don't know, there's something nice about sitting back, kind of relaxing and playing a game. But that's not to say that all simulation games are relaxing. Some of them can be stressful, and yeah, it's just kind of a nice thing to do, because even with the stress of like either having to make a successful city or theme park or whatever, succeeding is always nice, and even though oftentimes there's no like precise endpoint, it is nice to be able to play as long as you want, and you can kind of dictate the ending. Much, that like all of that, goes for The Sims. A legacy may never end, or could end after the first kids pass away, because you never know what you're gonna like and what you're gonna dislike. But anyways, I guess that's probably enough talking about other games. Well, actually no, I could probably talk a lot more about other games. I am planning out, doing kind of different Sims 4 related videos as well. I know in the past I've done Let's Plays, and every Let's Play I've done I've not given up on. One of them's definitely on hiatus. The other one kind of had some stumbles at the start because of audio issues, and that series, was a lot of fun to do, and I'd love to go back to it, but I'm not sure if I would start over or pick up where I left off and maybe do like a previously on kind of thing, just so you could get situated with the with what's going on. I guess that's why they call it that. But yeah, I might do that, and that's for my Rags to Riches series. I loved doing that series, and I do really want to do it again, but I just forgot. I forgot to add trees. I'm going to do that, so they'll be updated in the screenshots. But I didn't want to go too out there with the landscaping, but I do remember now that I did want to add a tree. So in the screenshots, that'll be fixed, hopefully. I've been having issues with not landscaping. Landscaping's always fun, but with like trying variations, I think. I I think it's sometimes easy to see with like bathrooms, in that there was like a good 2-week span, so like 6 or 7 builds where all the bathrooms looked identical, and it would be like 6 or 7 or 8 squares, and like it wasn't just that like the toilet and like shower were in the same spot. It was like I was using the same kind of toilet and shower. So I'm trying to like switch that up. That's why a lot of the bathrooms look a little weird or a little different than what I normally do. But I think it's been turning out great. You know, if there's any particular room build you want to see me do, then let me know. I love doing bathrooms, and I think that's kind of the reason why I've switched like the styles, because I was able to figure out things by doing just, you know, focusing on room builds. Yeah, so this video I think is coming to an end soon. There still is a little bit of ways to go, but the last kind of chunk of video is like that last kind of push, which I don't know, I really enjoyed the build. Like midway through though, I was so concerned that I would have to scrap it and not have a video ready for whatever day this comes out. I've been saying a lot, and I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep saying it. I remember reading it was like, I think it was a psychology class or a social psychology class. I can't remember. It was a couple years ago, but I remember reading like how, God, I keep saying it. I remember reading how people would take you more seriously and listen more intently to what you have to say if you didn't say or like. And, you know, it would be better just to pause to let your brain kind of catch up to what you're saying. And I remember reading that. I was like, okay, you know, I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm never going to say I'm never going to say like. And like that lasted for about 20 minutes, and then it was like all downhill. And I just keep doing it now. And yeah, the worst part is I know I'm in my head and I know when I say it, so it just makes me angrier, which kind of like throws my brain off to where I need to take a second to like recompose myself. And then when that like second pause happens in my brain, I resort back to saying and like, and then when that happens, the cycle repeats itself. And that's no good, I will admit. I am working hard to fix it though. I'm trying, you know, to get more practice with these voiceovers. This is about a 14-minute video, I want to say. So it's good practice. And I will I just did remember the recording stops shortly before I finish, if that makes sense. I accidentally cut off the recording like a minute too soon, so the screenshots will show everything in their final form, I guess. But you can, yeah, definitely check those out. And anyways, here should be the screenshots unless something happened. But anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you are new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, whether you are a new or old viewer, then please consider hitting the like button. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.